Welcome, class, to today's lesson about the parts of speech. Today we're going to focus on two parts of speech called verbs and adverbs. Now remember, every word functions in some way in our speech. And today we're going to look at how verbs and adverbs function in our speech. Now, the verb is symbolized with that red circle. You might remember that from grammar lessons that you've had. And a verb is an action word. A really easy way to think about that is it is a word, think about a rubber ball bouncing. Bouncing is an action. And so it's symbolized with this red circle that you see here. An adverb is symbolized with an orange circle. It's similar to a verb, and it acts similarly to a verb in a sentence, and so it has a similar symbol. Here it's an orange circle. So a verb is an action word. A verb describes an action or something that's happening. A verb can end in ing. I like to use the ing test when I'm trying to figure out if something is a verb or not. An example of a verb would be falling. Fall is a verb, and the ing test I'm talking about, that would be like, can you add ing to the word fall, and the word still makes sense? So the word fall, okay, I add the word ing, falling. Yeah, that makes sense. And is fall an action? Is it something that happens? Yes, falling is something that happens. The girl is falling. And see, we symbolize it here by putting that red circle right above it. Another example would be walk. To walk is a verb. The boy is walking. Walking is an action. And notice here that we've added ing to the word walk, and it still makes sense. Walking is an action. Or the cat is flying. Fly is a verb. So is fall. And swimming. Swimming is an action. Swimming is a verb. Falling, walking, flying, swimming, those are all action words. Those are all verbs, and they're all symbolized with a red circle. But today we're also going to look at this other part of speech called an adverb. An adverb changes a verb or an adjective. And it's a way of it's like you hear that like adjective, like a describing word. It's a way of describing how a verb is happening. And we can sort of test to see if something is an adverb by checking to see if it has an ly at the end. It's not always true, but oftentimes an adverb will have ly at the end. I'll show you some examples here. How did the movie start? The movie started suddenly. See the ly at the end? So, I mean, a movie could start slowly. A movie could start quietly. There's lots of ways a movie could start. And in this example, the movie starts suddenly. A cheetah can run quickly. Quickly is an adverb. It describes how a cheetah ran. I don't think a cheetah would ever run slowly, but in this example, it's running quickly. Or I happily share lessons with my class. Happily is describing how I share my lessons. So sometimes we can kind of ask a question about a verb. So how did I share lessons? Happily. How did the cheetah run? Quickly. How did the movie start? It started suddenly. We symbolize that with that orange circle above the adverb. And we can combine these symbols as well in our sentence when we symbolize our sentence. So our sentence here is symbolized with verbs and adverbs. Generally, the red circle is a little bit bigger than the orange circle. Now, how do I identify the part of speech? One really simple way is when we look in a dictionary, we see these little letters next to the word. And like if you see a V next to a word, it's going to mean it's a verb, or an N next to a word in the dictionary, it'll mean it's a noun. When we look in the dictionary generally tells us what kind of word it is. Happily is an adverb. We were just talking about that. An article is a noun, like an article of clothing. Over is a preposition. Jump is a verb. That's what we were talking about today, verbs. So when we look in a dictionary, it'll tell us what part of speech it is. And we can also just, if you Google the word dictionary, like if I Google that, it opens up right there on top a little search bar that I can search the word jump, for example, and it'll tell me right here. You can see verb. So if I'm not sure what a word is, I can just look it up in the dictionary. And I think the easiest way to do that is just to Google the word dictionary, and that'll open up this little search bar here where I can search any word. So that's how you identify the part of speech. And again, when you look in a dictionary, sometimes it'll just have a letter and or like an abbreviation of the part of speech. Verb is V. See that? V. Adverb is ADV. And that can come in handy when we're identifying a part of speech. So your follow-on work this week will be to symbolize some sentences on your own. And I'm actually going to show you in the next lesson, in the next video here, how you can follow this work up. So go ahead and start the next video when you're ready, and we'll take a look at symbolizing your work and what kind of work you can do with this new knowledge. All right, well, have fun with this, and I'll see you soon.